Welcome to Brad Allen Drums. Today we're going to talk about rock fills. I'm going to show you several ideas, and then I'm going to show you how you can expand these ideas to create your own fills. By the way, stick around to the end of the video and I've got a bonus for you. For those of you who are new, my name's Brad Allen and I'm a professional drummer who's also been teaching private drum lessons over 20 years. Now I'm doing my best to pass along all that knowledge to you. All right, first of all, what is a rock fill? A rock fill is a short variation from the rock beat you're playing in a song. It's sometimes used to transition from one part of a song to another, like the verse to the chorus. It can be as short as one count or as long as several measures. They can be as simple as a couple of notes on the snare drum or a big long flurry of notes around the whole drum set. The important thing is that they fit in and complement the song that you're playing. We'll start each of these patterns with a crash on one. It's very common in rock music to hit the crash on one when you come out of a fill. Doesn't always happen, but it's a good place to start. Also, notice the sticking that I'm using for these fills. I'm using a right-hand lead, so you start the fills with your right hand and end with your left, and this frees your right hand to go back to the cymbals quickly. It's also easy to learn as far as coordination, because during the rock beat, you're actually playing eighth notes with your right hand on the cymbal. By the way, I have all these exercises written out on my website for your convenience. Just go to the link below. It's at bradallendrums.com. All right, the first fill is a short one-count eighth note fill on the snare drum. Eighth notes fit in seamlessly with the beat we're playing. They also work at just about any tempo. The second fill is 2 counts, and I just expanded the eighth note idea in the first fill. You can expand this idea many ways by moving eighth notes onto one or more of the toms. For a really interesting sound, you can also try playing some of the eighth notes on your bass drum with your foot during the fill. Let me demonstrate with my foot here. Number 3, this fill introduces 16th notes. It's important to practice fills at a variety of tempos, and part of the reason for this is that you learn which type of fill sounds best at certain tempos. Here's slow. 1, 2. A little faster. Now for a variation, I could try moving some of those 16th notes maybe onto a different drum. So I'm going to put the last 2 notes on the small tom here. Number 4, with this fill I combined eighth notes with 16ths. To expand this idea, try starting at count 1, play a 1-measure fill, play eighth notes and 16ths around the set in different combinations that sound good, and physically don't involve playing multiple strokes with one hand. So let me give you some examples here. I'm just going to expand that idea just a little bit here. Number 5, this fill uses a really common rhythm with 2 16ths followed by an eighth note. A little faster. You can experiment with this one by trying to put the eighth note on a tom or your bass drum. And again, you can expand it to 2 counts or 4 counts by playing this rhythm around the toms. Let me give you a couple examples here. First, I'm going to put the note on the bass drum. All right, I'm going to put it on, I'm going to extend it a little bit, put the notes on, put the eighth note on some of the toms here. Number 6, this fill uses another very common rhythm. Notice that it's the opposite of the last rhythm. It's 1 eighth note followed by 2 16th notes. There are many ways to expand this. Try adding 2 eighth notes before or after the rhythm on a tom. I'm going to add 2 eighth notes right before the rhythm on count 3. All right, now I'm going to play the rhythm on count 3, and I'm going to play 2 notes on the tom afterward. Another thing you can do is you can try playing the rhythm in fill 5 right before this rhythm. So I'd go like this. I'd do it on count 3. Number 7, this fill introduces 16th note triplets. On count 4, there are 3 notes, a triplet placed on the first eighth note. I'm going to go a little slower for you. You can expand this idea by playing the last eighth note with your bass drum. A little faster. Number 8, this fill uses 2 sets of 16th note triplets on count 4. You'll find this idea works for slow and medium tempos. It can work for somewhat faster tempos as long as the song isn't too fast. Generally, the faster a song is, the less notes you play. At faster tempos, there simply isn't enough time between the beats to fit a lot of notes. A little faster. You can expand that idea by moving it around the set. Here are the steps for mastering rock fills for the drum set. Number 1, start by practicing the written examples. Practice each example many times. Practice at lots of different tempos. Number 2, practice playing the examples without looking at them. This will help you internalize the rhythms. Number 3, create your own fills using these as inspiration and examples. You should write down your fills and practice them just like the exercises presented here. You can download free manuscript paper at blanksheetmusic.net. I'll put the link in the notes below. Number 4, practice improvising fills. Practice at different tempos and randomly play different fills that you've learned. Eventually, you'll learn to create fills spontaneously, combining different ideas that you've learned. Now for the bonus I mentioned earlier. I have 10 beats that every drummer needs to know that I'd like to send you absolutely free. It comes with a downloadable PDF you can use to practice and an exclusive drumming video demonstrating all the beats. Again, absolutely free. Just follow the link in the comments below, and we'll see you next time.